Hey everybody, we're back here on Friday PM. I am with the Portland extrovert Jaime Terrilynn. Jaime has been on our show the other week, but she's also been behind the scenes many different weeks helping us out for years now. But we wanted to talk a little bit more. The last time we spoke, we talked about some of her favorite restaurants, a lot of the stuff in the Old Port, specifically even Exchange Street. But now we're going to talk a little bit more about the nightlife. I think people get excited to learn more about, okay, well, what's going on downtown? Where can I see good music, go out, have a couple of drinks, all of that stuff that happens, after 5, after 6 p.m. And you're familiar with all of this.
Yes.
Yes. So let me first ask you a question about, we're nearby. What's your views on Arcadia or Acadia, whichever it's called?
Ooh, Arcadia. I think that is a fabulous idea. It's brilliant. It's perfect for our little hipster city.
Yeah.
And it helps with the colleges around this area, the West End, just wanting to relax, the East End willing to come over this way of the city.
Okay.
And then people coming from outskirts of town to meet up there. It's got skee ball, it's got arcades. Wednesday nights is free arcades.
Free arcades.
Free pinball.
It is. It's
On
Wednesday nights is
nights.
free. Okay.
Yeah, and then
That's
it's
a
just
lot of
such a
fun.
good vibe. It's a lot of fun. It brings out people for just youthful flair and fun
Youthful
again.
exuberance. So if you're on right here down the middle of Congress Street where we're located, if you were to go up west, what are some of the exciting places towards the West End? What's going on that side? And then we'll talk about the other side after.
No, so if we're talking West End, there's Blue.
Yeah?
Blue has
Jazz,
jazz
yeah.
Wednesday nights and other nights as well.
Right, yeah.
One Longfellow Square has its own concerts. State, of course, during the big
State
concerts
theater,
for
yeah,
state
right.
theaters. Big concerts, for Portland, for being a fairly small, largest city.
How many seats
get
do you
some
think
good-
that does? I feel like it's at least 500-600. or
Oh,
more.
and that place fills up, so
It fills
I'm
up,
sure it probably fills up to standing room, I would
Well,
imagine.
and it's state theater is great for a lot of artists that aren't really playing the arenas, but still have a good sized following. And it does seem like every band they book is popular enough that they are not
Sell
having a
out.
half full crowd or anything.
Yeah, they sell out.
They
It's
sell
pretty
out.
impressive.
A lot of drinks there they sell too. And then as you go up, don't you have the other LFK is up there, a little mellower brewery?
Yeah, you've got more of, LFK is more of a sit around and
Sit around,
eat.
yeah, eat.
You've got Bram Hall.
Ram Hall Pub.
But if you're looking for live music, that would be Blue. State, and the Congress Square itself has
Congress
some
Square.
fabulous concerts.
In the summer mostly?
Through the summer, they're
Yeah.
doing even s'mores in the winter and
Okay.
some other cute things. And then
Yeah.
across the road is the Portland Art Museum, which they're finally using for some live music again.
Like jazzy kind of stuff a
Yeah,
lot?
they have
or-
some live music and some events going on there, so that's a lot of fun.
Okay.
And down that way, there's also Free Street Tavern that's really working towards getting a music and comedian scene.
And then there's also the other kind of Free Street one too, right? Or is that the same one that has the basement? Because there used to be the
That's-
smaller one. I guess they
that
just,
one I don't think exists.
it doesn't
anymore.
exist. Maybe it moved to the other one.
Isn't that Man and Oak now?
No, I think there was another one a little further up that was smaller. But yeah, the Free Street now is that larger one that used to be the Bingas Wingas or something
Yeah.
like that, right? And they have a basement that has a lot of kind of underground rap a lot of times. I've
Yeah, and then
seen.
Aura has the underground rap. So
Yep,
if you
yeah.
want Aura, if you want to go to Empire for comedy or music, and then you could continue on to the
Continue
Portland
on.
House of Music,
Yeah, yeah.
right in the center of Monument Square, basically, and
Yeah.
in front of City Hall.
And that
They
is-
have a lot of great shows,
Yeah.
and they have a regular band that is splendid.
What's that band's name?
Gina and the Red Eye Flight Crew.
Okay.
They even play on Monday nights and sell out on Monday nights.
Interesting.
It's
Okay.
impressive.
All right, I got to check that out myself. And so, yeah, when you down to the Portland House of Music, this is when you start getting into the heart of the Old Port, because I think some people, they get down there downtown on a weekend, they decide this is where I'm going to be, expanding not all the way down to the West End or the East End. There are some interesting things I'm sure we can talk about in the East End, but when you're downtown, you go out on a Saturday night, you don't want to walk around too far. You're
Not in the winter.
Not in the winter especially. like you said on the
This
last
ice
episode,
storm.
Thirsty Pig has a lot of good live music. Henry's, great place.
Great live music, great
Very
DJ.
eclectic DJs. There's a lot of places for the college crowds that have been there, like Foreplay or whatever, places like that.
Oasis and
Oasis,
Amigos
yeah.
will have live
Amigos,
music.
outside.
Maybe Oasis not so much.
Yep.
And then there's the regulars on Commercial Street. Andy's has music every single night.
Yep, yeah.
That is fun.
Yeah.
And local bands, good little like combos.
Re-Raz, are they still
Re-Raz
doing
has
stuff?
a lot
Yeah,
of like
okay.
local bands.
Yeah.
And then you can once in a while get it like in the parks around the area in the summertime. But
Right.
of course, summertime brings Portland Lobster Company and Porthole.
Yeah.
Lots of live
They
music
have a
all
lot of
summer
outdoor
long.
live music, exactly.
That a lot of us are waiting and excited for.
Yeah.
That is going to be
And it's
so much
all
fun.
like no cover charge. As long as you go hang out there and, have a drink or something, even if it's a water, you can go see some really cool killer live music right out on these decks. What about, do you recommend?
Dewey's also
Dewey's, yeah.
plays year round.
Okay.
Inside mostly.
Inside. In the summer, because by the time this program's on, we'll start to be getting to spring, starting to think about summer. We already are in spring. What about, do you recommend people going to, don't they do music on Peaks Island where they do that reggae festival?
On
Is that-
Sundays.
on
Sunday
Sundays?
evenings, Reggae
Yeah.
Fest.
Is that a lot of fun to take
That
a
is
boat out
fun.
to see
And then
stuff?
once
Yeah.
in a while they'll have other shows too,
Okay,
like at the few little lobster restaurants.
yeah.
But be prepared to get your tickets, and
It sells out
because
fast.
the Peaks Island Ferry,
You gotta get the ferry.
you got to get the ferry, you got to get the tickets at a certain time.
So
So
what,
be prepared to get the tickets the time you want to
Yeah.
leave ahead of time, because you may not get them.
what about in the summer, the outdoor concerts? You recommend stuff at the Thompson's Point? That seems like it's a happening scene, or?
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
go off the peninsula, but also you don't even have to. You can also, right by Porthole, there's the Casablanca cruise line that goes out with a live band, and
Right,
you're
right,
floating
like a
around
booze
the
cruise, as
water.
they call it, right, yeah.
And there's a few things like that, and then you've got, like even if before you head over to Thompson's Point,
Yeah,
you still got the East End that has a great strip of food,
yeah,
brews, and sometimes shows at say Alto,
Alto.
or and then of course Maine Craft Distilling always has great shows.
Well, so, and that leads us to the one other.
Oh
pla-
yeah, and Zoo has
Yeah.
shows, and then a few others down in that nice brewery section.
Well, that's what I was gonna say, the one
in
other
the East
part
Bay
is the
side.
Bay side, and then that flows all the way out to things like Sun Tiki on Forest Avenue, a few of those places, so it filters out closer to Baxter Boulevard. That's a lot of fun too, if you like that outdoor scene. It's more beer oriented a lot of times, although Apres.
Well, Apres, yeah,
You like
good.
Apres, yeah?
That was
and they
good.
have
That was a little
good
bit of a jinx.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Apres.
well,
I love
that's-
it. It's
yeah.
a hard seltzer.
Hard seltzer.
And they have music often, even
often
during
music,
the winter.
yeah. Well, what I found
And
about
Bayside Bowl is a great one for
Yes,
indoor, outdoor,
indoor,
for that East
outdoor.
Bayside, kind of Bayside
rooftop
area.
deck, they have music too, right out there.
Music, it's great. And Batson's tried to do music a couple times because they have such a gorgeous large space with gorgeous large fireplace
Yeah.
and games. It's kind of its own arcade inside too.
Okay,
That one's another favorite of mine when you're getting out to the Baysides. You've got Bayside Bowl and Batson River Brewing right beside each other, and they're great. And then
It's a-
Coles beside them also plays music in the
Coles,
summer.
a young neighborhood, really kind of up and coming, exciting, a lot of people in their 20s and 30s having fun, going out, a lot of outdoor things around there with a boulevard. What I like that I always find interesting about Apres that makes it a little different, because so many of the other bars that are there are breweries.
Yep.
And they're very associated with beer, which I feel associates a lot more with young men, because beer, a lot of women don't want to have a beer after beer all day because beer can get heavy. So what's cool about Apres is that it has the hard seltzer, which is much lighter, and it's not feeling like you're heavy drinking 5 or 6 beers in the course of an afternoon. If you have a long afternoon, you're having a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
And
You have
that's
your
where I'd
spritzers,
say
yeah.
you've got the spritzers there, but you also have Root Wild
Yeah.
with kombucha, which you feel healthy
Yes.
and good, and they have live music in the summer. And then right beside it is the Maine Craft Distilling
Maine
that
Craft
has those
Distillery.
light cocktails in a can, like $5, and they're 5%. So you can drink
yeah.
those, you can enjoy them, you can mix them up, you can have live music, you can dance to bluegrass every Tuesday.
Okay.
And then the collective also plays Thursday often,
They
and
play
they have
Thursdays.
other, like Primo Cubana comes and plays.
Well,
So
for-
there's live music up there around the East Bay side and
Yeah.
East End a
So,
lot too.
circling back to the kombucha thing, for those of us who don't know, is kombucha something that is an alcoholic drink, or it's a non?
Some, they
yeah.
can be either way. You can
Yeah,
either
you can
get
add
it
something with it, or, yeah,
like
yeah.
the lowest of alcohol where it doesn't count,
Yeah,
or it's got like a percentage of maybe 5 to 7%, but it's also still good for your stomach.
okay.
So it's like the old Moxie. It's
Yeah.
a gentian.
Yeah.
It's like a gentian root. It's got the old digestive,
Yeah.
healthy tract, and then it's also got a little alcohol to it,
Little
and it
something
tastes
fun.
really good, I
Yeah.
think, because you've
Right.
got Maine wild blueberries for flavoring,
Yeah,
and a lot of the local fresh berries and hops or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So it's really it's one of my favorites
your
for like that area with the Root Wild and Maine Craft. I like it better than beer. It's tasty, it's light. You've got live music, you've got community. That's in the summer I bike right to there.
Well, so for the viewers out there, this is going to be on early April, but we rebroadcast a lot of times. But what's the thing that you're looking most forward to upcoming this spring? Is there something you want to really give a lot of good props to?
Oof. Well, coming up is
Yeah.
the Portland First Friday Art Walk.
Yeah,
And as spring comes, more people come out,
Yeah.
more activity, lots of more people and shops opening up for the First Friday Art Walk. So that's a lot of fun.
and that's every first Friday, so that'll be in April, May, June, July, all the way
Yeah,
through.
and they're still doing it through the winter, but
Yep.
it's all generally goes around 5 to 8 or 9. And then a lot of the local community restaurants or spots or shops will stay open to their friends and whoever else stays around, like Mainly Frames and Art Gallery with Leo.
You know people there.
I
and
love
Leo and-
them to hang out with every first Friday.
Well, and on the first Fridays, as it gets more and more summer, the climate's so much better, so you can be outside, and the days get longer, so it just gets more and more exciting. And in the winters, there's people out there, especially the artists, but by the summer, it gets jammed up. There's, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people walking around, having fun. It's like an outdoor festival. It's a great time. It's definitely something to check out.
For sure.
And some of the places around here that you like for that, or you said Leo has the
Leo has Mainly Frames and
Mainly
Art Gallery
Frames,
with
yeah.
all those maps.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like Goonies. You
Yeah.
walk downstairs and you're surprised with all these
maps of
1800s,
Yeah.
1700s maps.
crazy lands.
Ginormous maps hanging
Yeah.
up
Okay.
like you're in the Goonies.
And so let's make sure that we give everybody another chance to learn more about your business as a tour guide. So it's the
guide.
Portland Extrovert. Look her up at Jaime Terrilynn
Yeah.
on Facebook and Instagram. She'll take you out for a great day, show you all the hidden gems. We're just at the tip of the iceberg here. There's so much more.
Yeah.
Next up, we're going to talk about, on a future episode, if you can come back, shops,
Yeah.
hidden gems of that. Thompson's Point, concerts, just
free
everything that
nights.
goes on. So watch for that. Look for her, Jaime Terrilynn, Facebook, Instagram.
Portland Extrovert.
Portland Extrovert. She's everywhere.
Gonna-
Thanks again.
Help people live their best life. Let's
Helping
come on
people
down
live their
and
best
enjoy
lives.
Portland.
We'll be right back. Thanks.